Hey guys, this is Rob Jam Webb here for Waxadis Music Tutorials, and I'm going to show you today a little track that I started, but I thought I would turn it into a little tutorial and show you how to get some of the concepts and some of the basics of deep house stroke lo-fi house and some of the aesthetics of that. Now basically it's a little jam that I got going, very little sounds in there, and I'm going to show you what I did in order to create that, and it's just this. There you go, just a little kind of a little kind of moody sort of lo-fi deep track. And basically all I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I've did it and ways that you can do this in order to take these techniques and then put your own groove down on top. So basically all I've done was I went to drums and I got a 909 kit, standard 909, and put in a straightforward 4/4 kick. Okay, so but what I've done is I have gone to that kick, let's just find it, that one, and I've changed the transpositions. I've transposed it down -3 basically, and then if I put it back to normal, it's got that like that, but just do that back to 3, it's lower. But then what I did was I went over to audio effects, grabbed a drum bus, shoved that down here, and got the drive to about 50%, as you can see here, look. And assigned that strictly to that one kick. I didn't assign it to the whole drum kick. If you do it to the whole drum pattern, the whole drum kit, should I say, it'll do it on every sound. So you just grab that, and then you drag it from there directly onto the individual drum sound, so that it only affects that one drum sound. So, same for the snare. If you look at the snare, it's got nothing on there, you see what I mean? They're all dry, so it's only on the drum kick. So on the kick, put that on, and then I put on a saturator. I think that saturator might be on the whole kick. No, it's just on the kick, and I think that's to stop it from clipping. I think I did that to stop it from clipping. I did this several weeks ago. I've just never got around to doing much more with it. So basically, there's a little kick. Put that in there, and then I got some hi-hats, and let's have a look at them. Straightforward hi-hats and claps. So we're looking at your bog standard pattern, which is just where's the clap? There. Like that. And I think what I've done here is I think that let me just double check these. I think I've dropped the hi-hats. Yeah, I've done the same with them. I've dropped that by one semitone. So I've transposed the close hat by 1 semitone. Same for the other close hat, and then the open hat, I've dropped that 4. There's no real reason behind this. It just sounds good. It just sounds that lower it is, the more thicker and nastier it becomes. So I did that, put that in there, and then I grabbed some rides and then open them up and straightforward look. Straightforward, just on each note, on each line, nothing special, and it just gives it that that kind of eeriness that you want. I've not even put any reverb on there yet. I've not done anything in terms of many effects. So that was the basic beat of the track. That was all I've done. I've not even got around to putting a snare on, as you can see, so I could put them on at a later date. Okay, let's have a look at these hats. I don't know why there's different. They're just claps. Okay, so that's that. As I say, I never got around to putting the snare in. So basically, you've got a little beat there. Next up, what we want is some chords. This free synth here is the Cheese Machine, and it's brilliant. You can get this free for both Mac and PC. Available from Together Audio. And it's got loads of really good sounds in it that you can take and manipulate and so on. And in the pads, there is this one called the Aged Moody string. Now this is just perfect for this kind of sound, and it's this. And they're the chords. So obviously I haven't done anything to that. I think I've just left it as it is, but that on its own is just ideal for this kind of music. So I got those chords in, and what I did with those chords was, let me just have a look at this on the screen. Let me just show you. It's basically D major 7, which is A, C sharp, D, and F sharp. Like that, yeah. So it's a D major 7, I think that is, right? And then I had on the root note a B, so I went like this up. So I put a B on down here. Look, you see the B on the lower octave. So if I was to open that up slightly more like that, and then put them both together, you just get that instant warmth, which is perfect for deep house, lo-fi. And then the next chord is just A minor 7, which is G A C E with an F root on the bottom. So let's just scroll up so you can see that there. Look, so it goes from the D major 7 down to the A minor 7 with an F. Perfect. And then the next chord is E minor 7, which is G B D E on the right hand, but then it's got an A root on the left. So you're just going like from D major 7 with a B root, A minor 7 with an F root, A minor 7 with an A root. And there you go, and they're the chords, and they're just a great set of chords to work with this kind of music. So I put those in there. Yep. Okay. Next up then, we obviously wanted a bass line, so I got another great free VST, which is called the OXE VST, and it's a really good FM synth. It's got loads of standard classic preset sounds in there, and one of them is the Gypsy organ. And obviously, you know, you're familiar with the track Gypsy Woman, Crystal Waters. Those kind of early 90s bassline house tracks. All that early house club stuff. JD Plastic Dreams. They used that. Alex Party used it. I think Felix Don't You Want Me used it. You know, it's been used on countless anthems over the years. And it's called that. The Gypsy organ. And all I've done was I've got a bass line that goes. And let's just get the bass line up now from that pattern. And then just... And all I've done is I've used the B, the F, and the G. I've used the G here, but also the A for the final chord. So all I've done is got the B like that with the A and the B. And then back to the A. And that's it. And you could do anything with that, with those chords. Just like you could have flat notes going, you know, whatever. But that sound itself is just iconic anyway, isn't it? So that's all I've done with that, really. And the next thing I did was I got an arpeggio, and I put this in there, and this comes from, again, the Together audio thing we've just had. And this is the sound called the Maffa Cheshire Pluck. Very simple sort of like plucky sort of synth sound. We get a higher octave. But what I've done is I've put on a ubiquitous arpeggiator from out of here in your MIDI effects. Ubiquitous, set the rate at 116, which is standard, I think. It automatically does that. Diverge is the style, 50% is your gate, and keep the straight swing rather than a swing, put a straight on. And then just put the chord on, so you do the D major 7, and then the A minor 7, then the E minor 7. And that's all I've done. If you listen to that on its own, I've gone a lower octave. I'm here. I'm on the lower octave. I've just played a higher octave there, but you see what I've done. Same, just chords. So there you go. So that's that. And then the final thing that I did was, well, one of the final things was I got some strings and I put high notes over of the actual of the chord. So I've gone high up on the octave and gone from on the B, F, and the A, G and A, like that. It just gives it that deepness, that eeriness, that sort of atmosphere. So there you go. And then what I did was, this string, by the way, came from the Cakewalk string section package, which is free with Cakewalk. If you've got Windows, you can download Cakewalk for free from BandLab, and then take the DLLs from this and put them into Ableton, only on Windows. But if you haven't got a decent string package, you can get many good ones out there at the minute. There's one by Spitfire, which has got some really nice strings on, which is good for Mac and PC. So if you want some nice, warm, real string orchestral sounds, check the Spitfire ones out. We've got the string in there. Then what I did was I've got this sound on the Z3TA, which is a paid synth. I've had this for quite a while now. It's mostly used for a lot of trance and hard house, but it's got some really nice stuff on it. And this sound is just like a little sort of... It's quite old ravey sort of sound, I suppose. And it just fits perfectly over here, so I've just experimented with it. I've never put down a riff, but... Put that on top. Yeah, just gives it that atmosphere, that character. Whatever, you know, that's just going to be used for improvising. So get some kind of sound that's like that. You know, which is kind of a bit ravey but not too aggressive, and it just gives it that kind of, you know, on and on it goes. Okay, and then the final thing I did was I put in a boat creaking sample just to give it some kind of natural, organic sort of feel. And all I've done is took that off a samples pack of a harbour somewhere, the boats creaking and the birds in the background, and just put that on top of the pads, and it just gives it that. Just gives it it's a nice ambience. Okay, and then the final thing, obviously, if we're doing lo-fi, we want to have a little bit of hiss in there, don't we? So, quick tip, grab an operator, like so, change it from sine wave to white noise, turn the volume down as much as you can. There you go. Right, let's record in a bit of MIDI. Just a quick little loop of MIDI. Get that in there. Okay, drag that over to the start of the track. Open that up. Just quantize it. Get it in line. Doesn't matter which note it's on because it's irrelevant. Now then, we'll turn the volume down. And now what we'll do is go to Audio Effects. Go down to Vinyl. You can use any one of these. It depends what you want. I'm going to grab the crack one, but I'm not going to use it fully because it's really aggressive. Turn the volume down a bit. And then you've got, like, turn these on. And you've got, you can filter them to what you want. A bit harder, but still, it's going to turn the drive down a bit. So we've now got the crackle. But what the problem is with this vinyl thing is it plays, it continuously plays. So there's your grit, if you like. I don't know why it's not doing it. Is there something missing on that? Let's just open that up. I'm going to quantize those. Sorry, I'm going to consolidate those. Open that up and then just do one big long loop like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to freeze that because I don't want it to play continuously through the track like the way it's doing. There may be a way to stop it or automate it, but I don't want. Well, there is a way of automating it. It just means messing about with the faders in the automated zone. But just quickly convert it over to an audio and you're away. So once that's done, get an audio track and then just drag it down, and then I'm going to delete that one so I don't need it anymore, and then just copy that over, and there's your hiss. Could put a bit of reverb on there just to give it a little bit of atmosphere, so grab a reverb hall, concert hall will do it. Turn that down a bit, 20%, and there you go. Turn the volume down on your master, and there's your vinyl tape hiss for your authentic lo-fi cassette vibe. And that's it, really. And then you build it up, whatever you want to do. You know, the world is your oyster. So that's it, basically. That's how you produce how I produce a little sort of funky lo-fi track. It's got the elements of lo-fi. It's got the old school 90s house vibe. It's got the eeriness. It's got the ambience. It's got the mood. And it's got a funky little sound that goes through it like that. Hope you've taken something from that. If anything, go and get those free synths from Cheese Machine and for the OXE, because they're really worth getting. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks and goodbye.